and subscribe. This is the Nightly Fix each and every night, baby. Please, right now, head to our YouTube page. We are powered by Foolish Club Media. Go to Foolish Club Media, our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. If you don't do not, if you
what? Dang! What happens though? What's gonna happen? What happens if they don't? What happens if? What happens? I'm curious.
If you do not do so,
do you want to start over?
Fuck you. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I got it.
You want me to play the intros or something again?
Let's go back to dancing. Hold on. Let's go back to dancing. Let's go back to dancing.
Let's start it over. Let's start it over. You're right. I mean, it's been a rough evening to start. Let's start it over. You're right. This is.
One sec.
I don't even know if we're capable of doing that. I almost Hulk Hogan ripped this up, and then I had better thoughts.
I can't find the right one.
God damn it! I mean, what are we doing? God.
Okay, we're doing it.
Happy Halloween.
For the sake of professionality. You ready? A little bit of a sneak peek for these guys. All right. You guys ready? Let's do it. We're here.
Like and subscribe, bitches. This is the Nightly Fix. Each and every night, right here, powered by Foolish Club Media. Please, to the left, head to our YouTube channel, Foolish Club Media. Like and subscribe, because if you do not do so, by the sound of my voice, like and subscribe, you have to deal with me just being very, very disappointed.
Ooh, there we go. He's a professional.
Very disappointed.
Take 2 Tommies, what we call him. Take 2 Tommies, what we call this man. Take 2. Round 2, Ronald. Okay, I see you, baby. I see you. He pointed to the right, by the way. When he said to the left, he definitely pointed to the right, but whatever.
It was the left. It was the left on my end. My end.
This is my left.
Okay, it's going to the left. So
this is my left.
Well, I'm just telling you where I.
What's your left? I'm curious.
This way.
Wow, isn't technology weird? Isn't it weird? Like, look, I'm pointing to the left right now.
My favorite part of this whole thing, Serda, was he was gonna keep reaching for lines or for phrases that stuck until he got to round 2 Ron. He finally got
take
there.
2 Tommy. Round 2 Ronald.
Take 2 Tommy. He started feeling, but I give you listen, I'll give you some credit. This is clearly on the fly that you went after this take 2 Tommy and all of this shit. You got there and you answered the bell until you finally got around to round 2.
Takes a little bit of time. But I'm always there. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. You know what I mean? You know?
You got that song?
Steve,
you got that?
Yeah.
And I want to take this time to say that's a real bullshit what Curtis Jackson did to that man. Jeffrey Atkins was just going around.
You know his name. Damn.
I
know his name.
I don't know about you. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm a big, and Steve, who I will be fourth in his groomsmen. Steve knows I love to call out real names. If I get my hand on real wrestlers and real artist names, that is a big thing for me.
So if you see Ja Rule on the street, you gonna call him Jeff?
J.A. J.A. baby. What's up, Jeff? Jeff Atkins.
What's up, Jeff? Jeffrey.
Jeff Atkins. But no, man, Curtis, it's a damn shame what Curtis Jackson did to Jeff Atkins. I mean, it's a damn shame. It didn't have to go down that way. But
they say the devil works hard. The devil works hard, but 50 Cent works harder. You know?
Do you think 50 had to do that to become the 50 we know, or do you think he could have gone in here and he could have given us in the club, given us Wankster to start in the club, many men? Do you think he could have still blown up and been that big, or he had to just destroy Jeffrey Atkins, aka Ja Rule, at the same time. Sorry, Irv.
You gotta crack. Well, R.I.P. to Irv, number one.
Irving.
But you gotta crack a couple of eggs to make an omelet. You know what I mean?
I need to explain. I mean,
in order to make an omelet, you have to crack a couple of eggs.
But why don't you? Why do you have to?
Ja Rule is the egg that you have to destroy in order to make an omelet, because 50 Cent's life is the omelet. In order to get to the omelet, you have to destroy an egg.
You said multiple eggs, and I didn't know how many you're talking about. Cracking. It was.
Well,
Ashanti.
I mean, like he did.
Was Ashanti another one of the eggs? Was like
by proxy? Yeah, by proxy, for sure. Who else? He had a beef with Fat Joe. There's a list. Have y'all seen the list of?
But nothing like what he did to Ja Rule. Like that was that one. He just took him out. I don't know that Kendrick Lamar is trying to do that to Drake. I'm not sure, but he just took his ass out. And
I mean, he did it to 50. I mean, he didn't do it to 50, but I mean, he did it to Diddy. He didn't do it to Diddy, but Diddy did it to himself. But he definitely shone a light on Diddy's antics in the most least opportune time, or the best opportune time, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, that's old Kurt boy. I don't know. I think that is an interesting potential breakdown of conversation from if 50 Cent. And by the way, I hate when some white folks go try to say 50. If 50 Cent,
you just said 50.
50. I know. I just did it to make fun of it. But if 50 didn't attack it, and that's not how he got on the scene, I wonder if he's still as big as he got. Right? If he's. By the way, has he done music, like new music, any longer? I know he's.
Need to.
I know he's from Houston now, but has he? He is clearly. He's
no, sir.
He is. He
resides. He resides in Houston.
He has made this his home.
He has a home here.
Every time
I'm at, not even a home. He has a house here.
Every time I'm at games, anywhere, he's got some part of it. Like they start showing Houstonians. They show Paul Wall. They show Beyonce, and then they show 50. I thought he was from Jamaica, Queens, but whatever.
No, I mean, he is from Jamaica, Queens, and he just happens to have a homestead here. Wow. I don't think he's a Houstonian per se.
Yeah,
hell with that.
I didn't think that at all. That's kind of shocking.
Oh no, go to a Texans or a Rockets or an Astros game. He's actually in business with a lot of the teams.
That's what I'm saying. He's a marketing professional.
Yeah, and like he is marketing professional his ass from Houston.
He's a marketing professional based out of Houston, Texas. That applies a brand and a general vibe to your sporting events via the 50 Lounge or the 50.
There is the 50 Lounge, but within that, he has also pushed it to, hey guys, I'm a Houstonian just like you.
Well, he ain't just like us. He ain't like us at all. No offense. If you see this right now, Curtis, hey, look, I don't want no smoke. No smoke. You're from Houston.
He'll try to end whatever career you got.
I just don't know why you want to be from Houston. This place sucks.
It's
wow.
I didn't think he really made.
You don't mean that.
I don't think an actor now.
Hold on. Did you just say? Do you think Houston sucks? Give me your legit feel of what you think Houston is. I don't believe you. Do you believe Houston sucks?
Yeah, Houston sucks.
Really?
The teams are fun.
I'm serious. I want to hear the full breakdown. I don't think Houston.
The weather is awful. It floods here like irreparably, like every 5 to 7 years. Every 5 to 7 years, you have to file your flood insurance for some bullshit storm that hits, right? The heat, not even now. It's July now. Wait till August. Wait till it gets hotter than Devil's Dick season. That's when it gets bad, you know? Crime rate sucks. Crime rate is awful all over Houston. North side's bad, south side's bad, west side's bad, east side's bad, downtown's bad.
Not experienced a lot of it, but go ahead. That's an American city.
It sounds like Kansas City.
I say it sounds like Memphis. It sounds like an American city.
It's hot as shit during the
I'm just
summer.
saying, all these people are moving here.
What would you say the temperature is during December?
Here in Houston?
Yeah. Well, who the hell's yes?
I don't know. I thought you were talking
not
about
Omaha. Yes, in Houston.
I mean, like maybe 80 degrees.
70. It was like 70 for Christmas. Fuck you. No, it can't.
It'll be 3 here.
It'll be 3 in Kansas City.
Oh, boo fucking who.
I just
boo, 3, and then during the summer,
y'all get snow days.
During the summer, it'll be 105 with 95% humidity.
Honestly, it's 105 for like 6 months out of the year here. What are you talking about?
It's not 6 months. Now listen,
it's the majority of the months. It's a long time.
June, July, August, and parts of September are a bitch to get through. I will be honest. It's like the reverse of Minnesota. It's a real bear. Now, it's not like what it was in Phoenix when I was listening to the Royals game or watching a Royals game, and the guy said, "Hey guys, today in Phoenix, 109 degrees. They said a heat advisory will be sent out when it gets to 110."
Shit. Hey, I'll tell you this. Phoenix was the hottest environment I had ever put myself in. I was there on tour, and I remember I left my backpack in the van, and we were in this girl's apartment, and I was like, man, I need to go get my backpack because I need to get my laptop because I need to do some work. And I'm like, I stepped like 1 foot outside the apartment. I was like, oh, hell no. Like, this is too much. This is too much. Like, it's the driest, most arid heat, and you can feel it as soon as you open up a door. It's awful. At least here, it's like humid, you know?
No, yeah. That is interesting to me to hear you kind of push off your just, as you said, it sucks.
Yeah, I don't really like the city that much. It's cool though. I mean, but man.
Even more as you really are driving at home. I really don't fuck with Houston. I really don't like this city that much. I mean, I think any place you could start to name the stuff that sucks about it. Like, I'm certain right now, Steve.
Must you use my vernacular so heavily?
I just want to really emphasize it. Like, I think Steve right now could give you why Kansas City can suck and why it can really suck ass. But I don't know.
Would you like me to do it?
I don't need you. Okay, do you want to
Let's go, Steve-O. Let's go. Let's go. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
No public transportation. Fucking anywhere. You can't live here without owning a car. It's impossible.
By the way, Houston's not great when it comes to that either. But go ahead.
But
you got a light rail.
You cannot live
we
here
do too.
if you do not own a car. You have to drive absolutely everywhere.
That's Houston.
Kansas, not so bad, but Kansas sucks like culturally. Like, it's not fun, but Kansas is nicer. Kansas City, Missouri, everything's falling apart. Infrastructure-wise, everything is falling apart outside of the downtown, which they put all of the money into the downtown area. But in all of the surrounding neighborhoods, roads are falling apart. Everything's falling apart. No infrastructure. It's impossible to get a hold of anybody for anything. Crime rate's insane. It's one of the highest murder cities in the entirety of the country every single year. And there's lots of things about it that suck, but I do love Kansas City. Like, I love Kansas City.
Dude, I had a beautiful time. I had a beautiful time in Kansas City.
I've done lots of amazing things here.
Me too.
I've taken it for everything that it's got, but there's lots of downsides and lots of bad things about Kansas City.
So
straight up, first threesome, Kansas City. Best time of my life was in Kansas City. I had a wonderful time on tour there. And I went there several times because it is so fucking fun for me.
Well, the clear question off of that, was this a guy, girl, guy threesome? Was this
no
a
doubles,
guy,
no,
girl,
no, girl?
Okay, good for you.
It's a great Casey Mo, great party town. Like, great,
oh, for sure.
Like, great, tons of fun things to do, tons of fun places to go.
I would.
That's the best part. And
I would listen to somebody who is also born and raised there. I think we're getting a little aggressive with the terminology of great in front of that party town. I wouldn't say it's a great party town.
I had a blast,
It's
guys.
a
I'm
good
telling
party
you, I had a
town.
There's-
blast.
Well,
in
first
There's
off,
lots of
first
fun
off,
things.
if you were in Frankfort, Kentucky, and you had a threesome, you'd have a fucking blast in Frankfort, Kentucky. You would tell a lot of people, you know what, Davenport, Iowa,
real quick.
is not
Time
that
out.
bad.
Time out. What's the college?
In what?
Because I know there's a reason why you know Frankfort, Kentucky. What's the college?
It's the capital of Kentucky. That's why it came to mind.
Is it really?
Yeah.
He is insane about pulling the college towns, though.
Yeah, I thought it was a college.
He will
Frankfort,
name the
Kentucky.
college and then know the town.
I'm pretty big on the states and capitals. And
honestly, I can't even name. I'm thinking about it. I can't name a city in Kentucky. I know Kentucky's a place.
Oh,
I don't know any cities there.
Well, you don't have
Louisville. I know Louisville.
Good God, you don't have Paducah. You don't have
Paducah. I'm supposed to have Paducah.
Yeah,
I didn't have Frankfurt, but you think I'm going to have Paducah?
You didn't have Paducah. You didn't have
I want to know
Murray?
how to name that.
Murray. That's where the Murray Racers are. Yeah, Murray, Kentucky, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. There's a good prison there.
That many Kentuckys either. honestly, now I'm thinking about it.
You got Lexington. You got Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, Lexington's one.
And Lexington.
Yeah. Well, I did a lot of driving from Kansas City to Nashville often, and you got to ride through, Paducah pretty strongly, solid little Chili's there. Ride through Paducah. Hopkinsville has a prison there. I had to meet my mom there one time to give her some keys in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Yeah, I think the Hilltoppers are at one of those. Where's Western Kentucky? I think they're at one of those stops. But no, I overall I find it interesting that you guys both are in places I have lived my life more than any those two places. Now I've lived in well, no, check that back. I lived in Nashville a little bit longer. I'm climbing in on passing the amount of time I was in Nashville in Houston. But like I'm gonna start with you, Serda. If Kansas City is like, oh, that's I'll give you the reasons why I hate Kansas City, and I've done it all, and now I've run its course. Like, what is the place that is like appealing to you? What is the place that doesn't suck? Where is the place where you're like, that's where I want to get to?
Well, I would love to live in like Chicago or New York. Like I love.
You would.
I love cities. Like I love like cultural hubs where I can meet and experience new things and try new things every single day. Like that's.
You don't think those? You don't think those places would be too fast for you to live?
No, I love New York. I went to New York in January, and that was only my second time being there, and I love New York. I love the subway. I'm sure it would get old after like all of that stuff. And I love the train in Chicago. Like I love places where I don't have to own a car to get somewhere to go do things and experience things. And as you guys know, I don't really like driving that much. I go out of my way not to drive on highways because I'm just not that fond of driving.
True.
I've also been in lots of car accidents.
Steve, I don't know. Listen. I know Osita is got to be in the same boat. I'll be honest with you, Steve. I didn't know that you just didn't like driving. I don't know.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
I'm not going to say you're not. I just don't know why you started that off by saying, as you all know.
Well, no, hold on. I'm attentive. I'm observant. He did mention that he doesn't like to drive on highways prior to this episode.
Okay.
He said he goes out of his way to take different routes around, and he doesn't drive faster than 60 miles per hour.
But yeah, he's lied about that. But I mean,
I'll drive 80 every now and then if I gotta be. But like,
he's lied about that.
But like, if I can,
I'm sorry, Steve.
Sometimes you just gotta get on a highway. That's fine. I'll drive on a highway. But if I don't need to drive on a highway, I'm just not gonna.
No, I get that. I just didn't know you were really not a fan of driving. I don't love it.
It's fine. Like I would rather sit on a train and pop headphones in than drive around.
See,
I'd rather be on a subway and see someone masturbating 3 seats away from me, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's a smelly subway.
Yeah, pissy subway.
I'll be honest. I thought you were going to say something like Denver or New Orleans or something like that.
Those are great options too. I love both of those places.
I would move to Kansas City, Missouri. If I could move anywhere right
well,
now.
I mean, I am attentive. I think we know where you would move.
Where?
Austin. I think Austin is. But that is interesting because, I mean, I like Austin, but I would much rather be in Houston than Austin.
I love Austin, Texas.
For me personally, I just, the reason why I like Houston is in a way that Kansas City doesn't give you. Houston to me, and I know you said all this, Houston just, you can be to me in whatever kind of style of life you want to be in. And I don't think you can do that in as much in places like Chicago and New York. So like I live where I live, and I know you described all those things, but where I live feels like Kansas City. Like I'm just talking about
because it's called Missouri City.
No, I'm just talking about the neighborhood, the suburb feel. Like it is not a big difference from like Steve. If you came over there, you'd be like, all right, this has a little Shawnee Mission to it. This has a little Overland Park to it. Like you would get that feel. But you could also, if you want, move to a place in an area that is happening in downtown that feels like you're in one of the biggest cities in America, downtown, that I don't think Kansas City. I lived in downtown Kansas City. It's a fucking huge difference than living in downtown Houston and being around that. So I think it gives you a lot of different stuff. And plus there's a body of water near you.
And Kansas City too, like, but I mean, it's like most cities, but like, yeah, there's different neighborhoods, there's different things. There's downtown, and then there's everything else around it. But Kansas City, Missouri specifically, like, there's lots of neighborhoods within the vicinity of the city that are close enough that you still get like a suburb feel to them, but you're like, I live in the city or something like that. Like, there's tons of neighborhoods like that around Kansas City, but Kansas City actually isn't all that big. Like Houston is much larger than Kansas City.
Absolutely.
I just want to move somewhere where I can get a loft apartment with exposed brick and not have to pay like $3,000 a month.
I had that, Jack. I had that.
I had one a long time ago too. It was $1,000 a month. Now those places are probably $2,300 a month.
I lived off a grand, baby, in cold storage. Boy, we had exposed brick. We had a loft, baby. And
why is that every guy's dream? Like, what is it that was input into it?
It was an awesome apartment.
Like, what
I lived there.
Where did we get brainwashed?
I don't know.
What was the TV show that brainwashed us? That made us want that as like a fucking life goal.
It certainly was. It certainly wasn't Hey Dude. But
it's like that and goth women. Like, it's just like, I need those two things in my life. I need a big titted goth girl and I need an exposed brick. Like, that's all I want.
I have never been attracted to goth. That has never done it for me.
Yeah, I don't think
y'all haven't tried hard enough.
No, you're right. I'm not. It's not what I'm trying for. I remember
different folks, different.
I remember the most famous goth girl who went to my high school ended up. Well, she's dead. So rest in peace.
Oh shit.
She ended up being on The Real World, and I remember she sat right next to me in
What's her name?
Frankie Abernathy, Real World San Diego.
I remember her.
She had an illness. By the way, The Real World, for some reason, they like to sneak in Kansas City. There's a good 5 to 6 former members.
I remember her.
You remember Frankie?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Frankie was in my communications class. Brad Mayfield was the teacher. He would never he would never give me above a 90. He gave me an 89, and I know I was fucking crushing those speeches. I know I was. Just would never give me above an 89.
Is that where the yapping began?
He was the head baseball coach. His son Andy
all started out.
Yeah, that's where it started out. But yeah, old Frank didn't do it for me. Just was never a thing for me. Never turned me on.
Dude, by the way, redheaded goth though. God bless.
Well, I've never seen. I thought they were all dark headed. I thought they were all.
She's definitely a redhead.
Well, she was a redhead. Oh yeah, she was a redhead, but she died a little bit. Oh, Frank, she passed away a while ago.
07.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a while ago. I remember saying because that pissed it. I'll be honest with you, borderline pissed me off. Because I don't even need to tell you all how many attempts and how many tapes I've sent to the people at MTV.
I don't know if you actually know this, Osita, but he loves the real world.
Oh yeah.
I had him on DVD.
VHS.
Yeah, VHS. Whatever I'm trying to say. I had him on VHS. I had like the first 10 seasons all the way through.
I'm surprised you still don't watch like the challenge and stuff like that. I'm sure that's still.
I stepped out.
Yeah, that's just definitely gone downhill since then.
No, it has. It has. I don't even think they're doing it anymore. Yeah, it's gone downhill.
Remember Puck?
Oh, Puck? Fucking bastard! Listen, I made it. I think I made it to the second round, and I just believe my size is what pushed them away from me. But I think I made it to the second round once. But I have probably sent out my tape or done some way of trying to get on about 7-8 seasons in a row. There, I did.
It's like
I wanted it.
It's like me trying to get SNL tickets. Like for a decade, every year they have like an open submit a thing to try to get tickets, and I'm like, any date. I will fly there, no matter the cost, to go see SNL live. And I know
that's actually one of my.
You have to. So you can't just pop up and buy tickets to SNL.
So
I didn't know this.
You have to just get them. Like you have to submit through this. Like it's not even like a lottery thing because it's not like they pick you randomly. Like you have to send an email to a thing, and then they'll be like, "We'll let you know if you get tickets to it." I have no idea how they select it.
So this
and
is
then
basically if
you're in New York, you can show up day of, and they have like a line that you can wait in. If there's available tickets, you can like buy tickets. But there's people that wait in those lines for like days. Like it's just like an impossible thing to get tickets to unless you really know somebody.
It's like the Masters.
Yeah.
You can't just go to the Masters. You gotta
submit like to the lottery.
Yeah, to the lottery before you get in, like it's opening day or some shit. By the way, we're in the midst of an anniversary. 15 years ago today. 15 years ago today. LeBron James.
How'd I know?
He did it. The decision.
Stopped the world.
The decision.
Actually, I think he go to Miami.
I think he really did shock him. He did his.
I don't think if we didn't celebrate a 10-year anniversary for this, I don't think we should be celebrating a 15-year.
How do you know we didn't celebrate a 10-year anniversary?
Who celebrated a 10-year anniversary?
First off, it's not even I'm glad you're using celebration because I'm with you. We should, but I think it's just a acknowledgement. 15 years ago today, mind you, 15 years ago today, he had finished his 7th season, and that son of a bitch is still rolling and still kicking. And last year was an all NBA player, which I know it's nuts, Osita, at 40 years old. That's
what you think that was? I made a face, I rolled my eyes, and I shook my head. And you thought I'm sitting there like, oh, damn, it's crazy that he's still playing.
Amazing. It is amazing.
Bro, it's crazy that you're giving this shit the time of fucking day. That's what it is.
It is. No, it's the real thing.
I get it. You like LeBron. It's
no,
cool.
Fuck you. You do too. It is the athlete of our time.
I don't. No,
it is the athlete of our time
in
a moment for some reason that changed the course of history of how he was viewed. I'll be honest. I know
because he switched teams just to get a damn ring.
Oh, now you're just here. Yes, he did. He did. He went to a better team to be to a better situation because of these names that I won't name because you've never heard of.
He couldn't do it on his own.
Sure, that's right.
We're gonna start celebrating like when Kevin Durant left the Thunder, when Shaq left the Lakers, like
when
Shaq left the Magic.
Those players are not the athletes of our time, and they didn't have a moment like the decision. I'll be honest. I know.
Didn't that get Mike Brown fired after like he won like a bunch of games with them and shit?
Mike Brown got Mike Brown fired.
Yeah.
Mike Brown got Mike Brown fired. Okay.
Yeah, Mike Brown did. Mike Brown got Mike Brown fired. He couldn't do anything without this guy. But
he just got hired though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Baby boy just got hired. He got a chance.
After 9 other people they went after, he did get hired. By the way, did you see what they said on that? They said, Mike has been on the bench for 4 years. And Steve Serda checking in, by the way, folks. Mike has been on the bench for 4 years. He won 4 titles with the Golden State Warriors as a bench coach. That's going to take us to the top here with the Knicks. Like, they really tried to sell Mike Brown being a bench coach during those years for Steve Kerr when the Warriors won. But I digress. I know you didn't watch this because you hadn't really heard of sports at the time, Osita, but Serda, did you?
Okay. All right, Ron. I never heard of sports. I didn't know shit about sports back then, dude.
Can we just have a little fun, man? Damn, man.
That wasn't interesting in sports. I just never heard of sports.
No, but
completely went over my head. What?
But Steve, do you remember when this? Like, do you remember the build up to this?
Yeah.
And Osita, I'm being stupid.
White people all over the country were so mad.
No, I'm not even. Hold on. Before we get to the white people getting mad portion of it, I'm talking about the build up to it. Osita, I'm being stupid. You may remember it when this happened.
I remember it. I remember the rollout. I remember they took time off. Was it on ESPN or ABC? It was
ESPN.
It was on all their networks, to be honest.
Yeah, it was on all the networks.
They carved out a block. Like on SportsCenter, it was like breaking news.
They got
the decision from LeBron James coming at this time.
They got like MASH ratings, the finale of MASH ratings for this. Like 25, 30 million people watched the decision with Jim Gray's weird ass. So, I mean, people clearly was into it, and it was something we hadn't seen, right? We didn't get to see Jordan, become a free agent because things were kind of different there. And, he didn't really have to go through that scenario. Obviously, Magic Johnson signed a 25-year contract at some point with the Lakers there. So we just had not seen anybody this caliber be a free agent. I'm just, and you said you were you remember this, Osita.
Yes.
I remember this happening. Did you all see the backlash? Like, if you take yourself before, as Steve so eloquently put it, white people all over the place losing their mind. By the way, there are white folks today on our show that said, that's the day I stopped watching the NBA.
A sport that has always been controlled by the stars.
I wanted to say, no, but not like that, though. Not like this, though. At least in their minds. I think in their minds, they all just think that Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen all just woke up and had no idea that they were going, or no input on them all going to the Celtics like 3 years prior to that. That it just happened. That the teams Danny Ainge just thought all of this up. Like Kevin Garnett didn't have the power to say, fuck no, I'm not going to Boston, if he didn't want to go to Boston from Minnesota. Anyway, but did you, when it was happening, if you can remember back, did you think it was going to garner the type of backlash that it did, and that it is like I'm having fun with it because it's the anniversary is 15 years. You said 10 years, sort of, but it is widely looked at as a negative mark on LeBron's career for the longest time. Like, and still people think this is the worst thing. Like, this is the black mark. Then he had the comments about China, but this is the black mark on his. Well, he just told Daryl Morey, "Hey man, chill out, man, on this money we make it over here, dog. Yeah, you need to chill this shit out, dog. You need to make sure you know what you're talking about." But like but this is the black mark, and it is how people completely viewed him differently, and like went into I think it is where we have gone to the space of either you are like me, a big LeBron fan, or it moved to he became kind of villainous,
insufferable,
villainous.
Insufferable.
I don't
arrogant, cocky, ridiculous.
Cocky. I mean, I think we're all that.
Yeah, but not all of us have a 30-minute special about it.
But again, like you just said that, I wasn't thinking that in the time of it, and I will and understand I have biases, but I don't remember. Were you thinking that during the time, Serda? Like this is some real selfish, look at me shit. This is some real. What is the other stuff you just said, Osita? You said insufferable me stuff. Like I just don't remember that being the feeling during that time.
No, but I was always like, when it came to sports, and I think like at this time I was much more into the NBA than I am even now. Like I still follow the NBA, but it's much more loose than I did back then. Back then I was like coming home and watching NBA games on TNT, like after work, and like watching regular season games regularly, and loved basketball. And so when that happened, I know everybody was pissed about it, but I also feel like it was before I consumed media in the same way, where I wasn't always like consuming other people's opinions about things, or at least I give a shit about them. And so for me, I was just like, oh, that's cool. Like LeBron's going to Miami with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. That sounds like a dope team. I want to see them play basketball together. That sounds fun as shit. Like I was just like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I can't wait. And then after he did it, I was just like a Heat fan for a few years because I liked LeBron and I loved Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was like one of my favorite players at the time. So I just thought it was fun. Like I liked watching greatness. Like when the Patriots went undefeated, I wanted them to win the Super Bowl, and everybody wanted them to lose to the Giants, like they inevitably did, because everybody was like, "No, we don't want to see a team go undefeated." I was like, "No, I want to see some shit that I've never seen before." That's where I've always kind of sided on those kinds of arguments.
Because see, I've always thought because at that point, I think that is where a lot of like I said, I think LeBron was completely looked at differently after that moment. And I just like now when you look at it after it happened and you start seeing, damn, them people in Cleveland are fucking destroyed. I mean, they are burning his jersey all over the place. I mean, these bars they were showing was just through like in a hurt place. They hated his ass. I mean, you remember that first game he went back? Whoo! That was absolutely insane. But to me, it felt like, all right, this is like the Tiger Woods. This is like the Jordan. This is the athlete of the time. And to me, it made sense that, all right, like, I know you remember, probably both of you remember, the biggest thing in that offseason was where he was going to go. And it was talked about nonstop. I bet you people made millions of dollars and got millions of clicks based off every, where is LeBron going to go story that they wrote at that time. Because at that time we weren't doing podcasts. Like, I think it was the early stages, not even a first take, but maybe the early stages of like cold pizza and sports radio and all that stuff. Like really, like that was the hot thing. So to me, it felt like it made sense that the biggest athlete of our time would have this stage that could change the course of the sport, which it ultimately did. But damn,
I think
the backlash was something that I didn't see coming at the time. And honest to God, I think it is the number one thing that has turned LeBron into more polarizing than more like appreciated hero, right? I know when I say that and we have fun with LeBron, but I'm just saying Jordan is still lifted on a hero status. Tiger can go and bang as many of those sluts in Jacksonville at that Perkins and Waffle House as he wants to. He can wreck his marriage, wreck the relationship with Lindsey Vonn, get hit by a 9-iron from his ex-wife. He can do all these things. We can see him just absolutely drugged out in his mugshot. But he is still on hero status. Magic Johnson can get HIV and all this, still on hero status. It seemed like there was
having HIV.
I'm just saying that these were potential setbacks in how you could think people could view somebody differently, right? But they are still kind of held on that pedestal. This seemed to be a thing that shifted a lot of people, and I just never ever felt in the moment that it would happen, and I am still a bit surprised that one night, him going to that Boys and Girls Club and he raised thousands of dollars for that Boys and Girls Club with that thing, all the proceeds for that, with that Boys and Girls Club.
Just for him to leave him hanging.
Well, he didn't, but now, honestly, he was smart enough. He didn't do it in Akron or in Cleveland. It was in another state, but he did it somewhere else. But I never, Osita, would have believed that it would have been the thing that turned him from being LeBron James, a guy that was widely praised and liked, to now being the most polarizing athlete we have ever seen in the history of sports. And this is somebody who has never gotten in any trouble. Like I didn't think this moment would do that.
I think more, besides like the showiness of it, like stopping the world just to, have a talk with America, like you're having a fireside chat about where you're going. You know what I mean?
But it was a thirst for it, Osita. Like it was a thirst for it.
No, there wasn't. He could have just done that. Real G's move in silence. He could have just done that on his own and just kind of moved and not tried to make this moment out of it. Like that. I don't think it was
30 million people watched this moment and were
because it was the first time like it's ever happened.
It was a thirst for it. I'm sorry.
Has it ever happened since? No, because people are like, that's fucking ludicrous. That's a weird thing to do.
People saw the reaction and they probably stopped.
Also,
yeah, exactly.
There hasn't been a player as big as him.
No,
since,
yeah.
So,
yeah.
Not even Steph. Like, Steph did some shit like this. People be like, all right, fucking whatever. What are you joining your wife's cooking show? Nobody gives a fuck.
I think the comp with him and Jordan, it's that like the reason why the entire thing made me mad was, and it's not like you said, like it's not like people haven't moved for rings before, right? But the entire time he's been compared to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan played with the cards he was dealt. And they might have brought some people in every now and then, but he still kind of stayed with this one team. He went to this team, went to Cleveland, you know what I mean? And really made himself a part of the community just for him to like unsanctimoniously just like leave just to go chase a ring. It was a bad look on a lot of levels. It was for you to become a pillar of the community and stuff like that, and then just like kind of high and dry, like leave them. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right, in my opinion.
But it seems like it's not even the point that he left. To me, it's that he did this decision. It is this event that was created with his team and ESPN that seems to be the bigger thing. Like,
imagine
I
you break up with your girlfriend on like IG Live and you make a fucking day out of it. You know what I mean? You decide to broadcast it for the world. Like, hey guys, hey bitch, I'm out. I'm fucking gone. Everybody see this? Huh? Yeah. You see her crying? You see her crying? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Later, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
it's just he did what he did was, in my opinion, again, a big deal, just to kind of like leave Cleveland like that. But not only did he just like leave Cleveland, he put it on display. He made like a huge show of it. And like there were people thinking like, oh, he was going to stay. He was going to stay.
It seems like the only way that this would have worked is if he'd have stayed in Cleveland for many people. Like that's the only way that this would have worked.
Broadcast it, yeah. If he was going to broadcast it and he stayed in Cleveland, he'd be a hero. Even if he didn't, I mean, he'd still be a hero to them.
He's still a hero. He went back and won a championship. So he went back and brought a championship to him. So he's still a hero. I just like the other stuff you said, like the sports dynamic of that. Yeah, I mean, Mike was he got the cards he was dealt. Yeah, that motherfucker was dealt Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman through his 2-3-peats, and he was dealt Phil Jackson. Yes, he dealt. Oh, yes, he dealt with those hands. He was dealt. Yeah, I know. Magic Johnson.
Ball don't lie.
Yeah,
Ball don't lie, Ron.
Magic dealt with the hand of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Worthy and Pat Riley. That's when he dealt with those hands. No, that part is stupid to me, because what would be the thing is his ass would be getting crushed as somebody who couldn't win if he'd have stayed there with Drew Gooden as his second best player, like he drugged to the title. He would have done the same thing that with Keisha Cole's ex-husband as his second best player in Boobie Gibson. So, like, give me that. Get out of there. Cleveland failed him for not finding him a Scottie Pippen, honestly. And I think people, but to the part that Serda brought in of it made white folks go crazy. And this is why it kills me with some people that have the feel of it. They got mad because the players said, well, we're gonna be a little bit. We're gonna not only are we gonna have some input like they used to have before. No, we're gonna control this shit. We are all 3 free agents at one, and we are going to take this to where we want to take it. And where we want to take it ain't Cleveland, because LeBron, trust me, they tried to get Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade to go to Cleveland. And you know what they told him? I'm not leaving no fucking Toronto to go to Cleveland, and I'm damn sure not leaving Miami to go to no goddamn Cleveland. So we could do this here in Miami, and which makes sense at 25. I think you would bounce from Cleveland to Miami to go play with guys that you got a chance to win with, rather than sit back here playing with Antoine Jameson's ass. No, I don't think you would continue to do this. You can't get fucking past Dwight Howard at this point, because you ain't got nobody else over there to give you help, and these bastards ain't giving you no help. So I have no fault of that. But that is the part.
Dwight had Hito Turkoglu at that point.
When Hito was nice, man. When they said to themselves, no, we're going to cut out of the middle, man, and we're going to direct this. And that's why, as Serda said, white people were running around pissed. That was the decision. That was the day. Now, LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade were absolutely involved in this as well, but LeBron has carried the brunt of this. But that was the day where players absolutely started to understand their worth and how much power they had.
Boo. No,
and that has changed the game and pissed folks off. And now we see people holding out. We see people saying, no, I ain't going to play. We see people crazy enough like a Le'Veon Bell to sit out a full season. We see this stuff smart. That was the day where players were like, well, hold the fuck up. As LeBron said, I'm as important as the owner. He may have all the money right now, but I'm as important as the owner. Because what happened when he left, and this is the part you kind of brought up, Osita, was, I mean, fuck, Cleveland just fell. I mean, the the financial hit that city took with him not being there, and how all the downtown areas and restaurants and businesses, the hit they took in overall city was something that was clearly able to be seen, as if the fucking team left. And so, I mean, they started to see their power, and I think that's why a lot of people had a problem. I just still sit to this point, to this day, and say I just, during the time it happened, never foresaw that being a deal of, like, when you say it out loud, the break it up with your ex-girlfriend thing, I could see that. But in the moment, I never thought this would be wow. Because I don't think LeBron did either. Right? I think they are, and I know you fuck around with him, Osita, but you can at least see him and his team, they are very calculated with the shit they do. Like, the shit they do, even back then, ain't done for no reason. Like, we can understand. Like, right now, last week, when he was back home in Akron and then decided to go do a shoot around to get some shots and a warm-up up or some action in, and he decided to do it at the Cleveland Cavs facility. That was not just done, oh, hey, I'm in Cleveland. The closest, best place for me to get a run and work out is at the Cavs facility. Or, no, that shit ain't just by accident, and that shit ain't get out just by accident. There's a plan for why they did stuff. They're calculated. I don't think they would have done this if they knew at all that it would be received the way it was. I don't think they would have at all. So, wow, crazy. I cannot believe it is still the black eye on his career in China.
What a segue, folks. Okay. I guess we're not. Okay. I mean, I was prepared. I was prepared.
I know you
I was prepared.
I was about to say it, and Steve, with that shit grin on his face, knew he did it before I got to say it.
Yeah, you don't have to say it. That's the point. Is like nonverbal cues. We pick up on those as people that work together every night. Sometimes it's cleaner for me to just hit it.
You know what?
It rip.
Osita, sit out real quick. You know what, Serda?
You know what? No, I will not sit out.
No,
I will not sit out. I was prepared. I was prepared.
I just need a minute. I just need a moment. Just lay out for a second. Steve, to everything that you just fucking said, you're right. I stand down. You're right. That did sound clean. That was good. That was right. You're right.
You fucked it up.
As a leader, clear leader here. Yep. That one was not as clean, but the other one, you're right. You're right. Does not have to say it. I like the verbal. Cue. Here you go. Here you go. Non-verbal. You're right. Go ahead, Osita. Heat check. What you got? Came down a button for you. All right, I'll come back one.
All right, let's get a heat check, Steve.
I just really hope the person who just parachuted in for the first time tonight, please like and subscribe. See us fighting over these heat check intros. This is fantastic. But anyway, go ahead. Heat check.
Life is just one big daycare sometimes. You know what I mean? So, guys, I was looking originally when I was going to bring a heat check to you guys. I wanted to bring a video of a baseball announcer that was having a mild existential crisis when he was, I guess, his fellow announcer was discussing novel theory, which is like the theory that like life kind of slows down when you have really important moments. You have like a lot of important moments to go. So when you're younger, life feels like very, very slow. And then as you get older, you experience more things. So you start to think that like life is going by a lot faster just because everyday life, you're just kind of used to everything. And then this like guy has this like weird existential crisis. And it was very, very funny. Had a hard time finding that video, but I did find some really fun videos of different baseball announcers saying ridiculous shit. Let's play the first one.
It's not playing. I don't know why it's not playing.
Okay. Let's try any one of them.
It's Shohei Ohtani up to bat with a man on third. And I'll tell you, Jim, just looking at this guy makes me hungry for a Chinese buffet. Like, I want egg wall. I want egg wall. Chicken fried.
I mean, he's got it. I mean, that's.
Let's play the second one.
The sun.
This is the first one again.
Tomorrow.
Oh.
As difficult as that may be to realize.
That guy was definitely having an existential crisis.
Well, the Shohei Ohtani one.
The second one's just offensive.
I mean,
Yeah, the second one's just offensive.
That's just racist.
As hell.
I mean,
that's racist as hell.
I mean, Tom
Racist as hell.
Brenneman got fired, and he was a great broadcaster for years for having a gay slur when he didn't know he had a hot mic on. That guy has to be removed, right?
Yeah, I think he got fired. Let's go to the next one though, because they're getting
Red hot, and whoa, look out, folks. That bat went flying into the stands. It looks like it was caught by two young girls, and they are quite the lookers, Jim. Oh, two girls, one bat. Anybody?
Why
saying,
are baseball
what is going on
always
with baseball announcers, dude?
It's because the games are so boring. They have too much time to fill. There's not enough action like in football and basketball.
Now these are idiots.
They sound like sick men, in my opinion.
No,
this is getting ridiculous. Can we show the next one?
We can't turn the we can't turn the clock back. I know it's after midnight. We can't turn the clock back and turn it back into the mid-'80s.
Yeah.
Well, that one I think is separate from the others. He did not mean to say cock. All right, I think that one's separate from the others.
That guy, that was just, you're tired. It's late. It's an extra innings game. Probably, I've been there. I've been at a 1 a.m. baseball game.
The black cock and back clock. That you could see someone get tripped.
Say that 5 times fast.
I don't want to, but the guy who went in there and said, "When I see him, boy, it makes me want to go to a
Chinese restaurant,
an Oriental buffet. Oh, I want some egg rolls. God, dog, boy.
All right. Out of all the ones I've showed you, honestly, this one's the worst one. This happened this past weekend when the Astros were putting up a whooping on the fucking Dodgers, 18-1. Let's see what he says.
You've stumbled on the right thing because even veterans have slumps.
Hit hard to deep center field. Pages on the run. Will turn and watch this one wedge itself in the bottom of the wall.
Is that not the right? Is that not the
No,
right
that's
video?
the right one. It kept going.
But should I play more of it?
Yeah.
Cam Smith flying into second, anchoring there with another extra base hit for the Astros. Double homer double to open third against Casparius.
I don't want to open an old wound, but in some ways they're swinging at these breaking balls like they know what it's coming.
Okay, pause it. I don't want to open up an old wound, but in some ways they're swinging at these breaking balls like they know what's coming. What kind of the disrespect to call my boys cheaters again? It's getting ridiculous. They have one good game, and all of a sudden everybody wants to talk about the past. All right, the past is over and done.
We were talking about bad baseball.
I was going to say this took a turn where it feels like you just wanted to get out about Oral Hershiser coming at the Astros in the cheating scandal.
That's why I built this entire thing. I built a world for you guys to bring you in and lull you into a false sense of security so I could let you know my deep hatred for whoever this bitch ass announcer is. All these announcers need to be fired. Every single last one that you saw needs to be fired. From the first one, especially the last one. Welcome.
Well, first off, apparently this is a two-part heat check. To go to the first portion of the heat check, Osita, go check out some Brent Musburger sound. Brent Musburger, who is a legend, and that is the only reason why he has stayed up there.
He was kind of shunned at the end, though.
He routinely, I remember they showed some women from Florida State coming back from a commercial break, and that fool said, "Whew, I'll tell you what, there are about 1,500 red-blooded Americans who have just applied to Florida State University. My goodness. Do you remember when he met
AJ McCarron's?
Yeah, he verbally fucked his girlfriend
and future wife. I'm pretty sure they got married.
He verbally fucked her on the repeatedly. Just didn't give a damn. I mean, he didn't. He said, "My goodness, look at her. Wow, he's got to be the luckiest man." And I mean, yeah, he is. Yeah, Brent was right in that. Second, like, I think we are about running out of the end of the period in which the Astros have to wear it. I think it's about 5 years. I think
they didn't get caught cheating. They didn't get caught cheating.
We haven't reached the 5-year point yet. I think at about 5, maybe to 10.
Fuck
between
that.
5 to 10 years.
Also,
you kind of got to wear it. You got to wear that one. I mean, it was really bad.
I'm in favor of cheating in baseball. Spice it up.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
It's boring. Spice it up. Make it more fun. Cheat. I'm in favor of it.
Yeah, but if you get
performance enhancing drugs, let's go ahead and start cheating. You know 100%. What I mean? Use cork bats. Put a magnet in the ball and a magnet on the bat, and just make sure that they're opposite poles. You know what I mean? Send that bitch really flying. Let it go.
Actually, send that thing to the moon.
Yes. Send it to the fucking moon.
Listen,
everything.
A little background with them in particular, as you heard him say the curveballs. Like one of the biggest issues had with the cheating scandal of the trash cans with the Astros was that game that the Dodgers, now when they found out how extensive this cheating was for the Astros, they have, without a shadow of a doubt, they refused to believe any different, that the cheating was so large in the particular game when the Astros did not have any swings and misses and just spit on every curveball that the great Clayton Kershaw threw in a game in which they won. But at the time, Clayton Kershaw was the best pitcher in baseball, and his curveball was devastating. And it was a pitch that he dominated when you knew it was coming, or you thought you knew it was coming or not. And they didn't swing and miss one time all night. And that is the biggest thing. And it was against the Dodgers, and Oral was reminded of the curveballs. You got to wear it a little bit. You got to wear that a little bit. And
I'm just saying, this last time, we're definitely not cheating. It's we just whooped their ass again, and it's not our fault if your pitcher has a bad poker face. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I can tell when he's going to throw a breaking ball.
I think Astros fans are still well within their rights to say, guess what? Them banners ain't coming down. Them rings ain't going nowhere. We still champs. Like you still well within your rights to do that, but
damn right.
You gonna get a little bit of action. You just got to accept a little bit of that. I'm about to watch The Quarterback tonight, fellas. That came out on Netflix.
I don't give a shit about any of them, honestly. Kirk Cousins. We need a round 2 of Kirk Cousins off of an Achilles tear. No, I don't think so.
Sometimes, Serda, I wonder. Okay. Sometimes I wonder if you're in the right business. Like, do you...
Jared Goff. Have you ever heard Jared Goff talk? Joe Burrow, sure. But I got to sift through Goff in round 2 of Kirk Cousins because he's the only other quarterback that would agree to do it a second time.
I want to let people know he is really a great person and a nice guy. He does come off as a grump to everything. Who just took out, hey, I'm watching The Quarterback tonight. I mean, back-to-back nights. Last night, Osita kind of expressed, all right, here we go, man. Love Island. I can't. I'm into it. I'm never going to watch that shit. I'll never watch that shit in real life. I'll never watch it. I don't care.
Even the description on the podcast was like, Osita can't stop watching Love Island. I was just like,
just
okay.
Him. Just
call
him.
Call out the century. Okay.
There's 35 episodes. They're an hour long, and you said you're on episode 28. Like, You watch 28 hours of Love Island,
and then
like 4
I've
days.
also seen all the Star Wars at least 3 times, all the Harry Potters at least 3 times. And
I have too, but not in 4 days.
And I just finished watching Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and Lord of the Rings in
The
a
Peter
weekend.
Jackson
That
extended
was
cuts.
2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes. That was 2 weeks ago, bro.
when you go
2 weeks ago. I'm real about that shit. What's up?
When you go to the movies
Woo!
and you go see the final Marvel, what was it, the final
Avengers Endgame.
Avengers?
Yeah.
When you tell me that you went there to watch it 3 or 4 straight times in the theater,
I saw it like
and
6 times.
and you cried almost
I
each
cried.
time.
I cried 4 out of 6. I think.
I didn't take you out.
Ain't bad.
I
That
didn't
ain't
take you. I didn't take you out the knees immediately as you told me that. I thought, well, that's a weird ass motherfucker going into that bitch crying 4 times to shit you know what was coming.
Hey,
And when your explanation was, this was a 10-year odyssey for me that I had to get through.
Comic books have been a part of my life since childhood. It just doesn't touch you the same, and that's fine. I didn't shit on Osita for Love Island last night.
You did.
I just said I'm not going to watch it.
You just shit on him right now. In 4 days, you've watched 28 hours of it. And I just simply said, ooh, about to check out quarterback tonight. I'm not watching that shit.
I did do that, I guess.
I don't need that. I mean,
I would take Matthew Stafford over Cousins a second time. It's the Cousins thing.
I don't know. Kurt was great the first time. Kurt was maybe my favorite.
Nobody else wanted to do it. That's why he just did it a second time.
Kurt was great, and now he's got a little drama with the Atlanta Falcons part of it.
Yeah, and Netflix is paying him a shitload of money because it's always been about the money for Kirk.
What is going on here? Now you're just lashing. I don't think it's always been about the money. There's nothing about Kirk Cousins just says it's all about the money. He's played the system well. God, dog. Can you take us home, Osita? Because this guy here, man, what are you watching tonight? I want to fucking pull my pants down and shit all over it. What are you gonna watch, Mr. Robot? That shit sucks.
Hey, chill out.
His big ass teeth.
Hey, chill out, man. Rami Malek is a fucking great actor.
I only know him.
He's an Oscar winner, but it's
I only know him.
Deserved that Oscar.
I only know him from his role as Freddie Mercury, where his teeth were big.
Yeah, well, Freddie Mercury had big ass teeth because he was from Zanzibar,
and he was
which I didn't realize Zanzibar was a real place until I watched that movie.
He was afraid to get them fixed it anyway because he thought it might mess up with his voice.
It's true.
That is true. I did a little research on it myself. But please take us home because I'm done with Serda. I really am.
Country road, take me home to a place where I belong.
Well, this really sucks.
West Virginia.